We are ready. We are recording, and this is our first official Halloween episode on Halloween.
Yeah.
Crazy, dog. I'm fucking terrified. I'm terrified. You know what, though? Halloween is still my favorite holiday.
Is it?
It is, dog.
The absolute favorite.
Absolute favorite. For multiple reasons.
I can see that.
Multiple reasons. It's my favorite time of year, right? Because the weather's perfect.
Fall in New Mexico is
It's perfect.
incredible.
Like, I feel spring could be, right? But it's too fucking windy, dog.
Yeah.
That shit's
it
too
is.
windy. And I ain't even got allergies, so I feel bad for the people walking around looking like they got stung by a fucking bee. I don't got allergies. I'm not allergic to nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit. Bars. But I really like fall because the weather's perfect. I mean, and you know, the change of colors. Some people get depressed during fall.
Yeah. It's cuffing. If it's cuffing season and you ain't got nobody to cuff on,
Yeah.
that's what happens.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was actually tripping how it was so nice for like Balloon Fiesta, dog. Because when I was growing up,
Yeah.
I remember it was just fucking freezing, dog. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
always cold.
And
But it's-
in State Fair, usually we get rained out at least one day. This year,
No.
neither one happened.
Neither one, bro.
We didn't-
yeah.
Thanks, global warming.
Shout out.
Thanks, global warming.
Yep.
China.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, Harp.
Hey. Man, y'all already wilding, bro. It's fucking Sunday morning, man.
Sunday
Chill
morning,
out, bro.
bro.
Chill out, Jay. Why you always throwing fuel on the fire, Jason? It's the Beyond Energy that you just cracked open.
Dog, I just barely cracked it. Haven't even drank it.
That's your second
It's
one.
Already got me wilding, dog.
No, you know what's crazy? Side mission always, bro. We start these motherfuckers on side missions every single time. When we took some cases out there to Rio Doso, right, of the Beyond Energy.
Oh, yeah.
One of the firefighters, right, homie was like right in the middle of fighting it. And so I see him walk by with one, right, this flavor. Boom, like 10 minutes moves by. And he's walking by with another one. This dude drank all three flavors in like 30 minutes, dog. I was worried. I was genuinely
I would've been like,
concerned,
hey,
bro.
That's why,
Like,
that's why he put that motherfucking whole fire out
bro,
over
by
there, dog.
himself.
By himself, dog.
I was genuinely.
He just ran around it.
I really was concerned, dog. I was like, "You feeling good?" He's all, "I feel like I could run through a fucking wall." I bet you do, my dude.
That's
is,
great,
bro. 3 energy drinks, nah, bro. No.
Yeah, that's
Beat on the fire.
Yeah, he just he jumped on top of a tree, pissed it all out, bro.
That's funny.
Man, Halloween. Yeah, it's still my favorite. I still like, because it's my favorite time of year.
Okay.
Just everything about it. I've always fucked with it. Like, I don't know, bro. I've liked horror movies since I was out the womb, dog. And just the whole vibe of it, what it really does stand for. You know what I mean? Not what it's gotten turned into and monetized into like everything else.
What do you
right?
mean, Halloween?
Yeah, like what it represents. You know what I'm saying? Like the passing, the changing of the seasons. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like things got to die for things to be reborn. That type of shit. Like the actual history behind it. You know what I mean? Not just dressing up and going out and getting candy, dog.
Oh, I get you.
You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
There's a lot to it. There's a lot. What about you guys?
I never saw it as anything else.
Then just a monetized way to just get out there and...
I mean, yeah, is there a real, like, there's only Dia de los Muertos, right?
Yeah.
That is essentially what Halloween jumped off of, right?
I'm a part of it. There's pieces. You know, you had...
Because I know Christmas, like, has a pagan, like,
I mean, but so does Halloween.
it does.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they all do. Like
Okay.
really every day, almost every holiday, bro, that we celebrate, it goes back to that.
Oh, really?
Which is interesting. But for me, like, you know, you have Halloween, which is again like harvest, right?
Right.
You got the dying of the leaves and the changing of the leaves, what it represents, dog. You know what I mean? And them saying, you know, the veil between that realm and this realm.
Yeah, I've heard that one too.
You know what I mean?
I've heard that one too.
They say it's for celebrating the dead, having fun, triumphing over fear, expressing hopes and fears.
What fucking weird ass fucking website you find that shit
that
on?
the AI
I said,
summary?
What's the point of that's
That's the AI summary, dog. For having fun.
for having fun, bro.
You could dress
The
up.
history. Why do we celebrate Halloween?
The history of Halloween,
Dressing
Jason.
up and created. Anyway, I don't want to read all this bullshit. But
Nah, but there's a lot to it, right?
Okay.
And again, they say the veil's the thinnest, and then that's what you
I
got.
heard of this,
You got Dia de los Muertos, which is a really dope way to remember your ancestors. It really
for
is.
sure.
It really
Yeah.
is because as you move forward and as your family progresses and you've been gone for a while, I mean, one of these days, bro, all of us are gonna have our last day that someone speaks our name, right? It's gonna happen eventually. So in that essence, I really, really like Dia de los Muertos because it allows you to keep your ancestors alive for longer.
Yeah.
what is that? Is it Coco? Where it's like if you don't remember them and talk about them,
Yeah,
they
and that's
like,
they die off.
They
pretty
die off, yeah.
That's pretty much like what it represents. You know what I mean? You want to pass down your family's memories and like who they were and what they stood for. And what I like about it is it gives you a good glimpse at your family from where it started to where it's going. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't. They're one generation and it's completely forgotten.
Yeah.
They don't even know who the hell their great grandpa was.
Yeah.
Or what they stood for, or what they did. You
Yeah.
know, that's becoming regular now.
That's common.
It's
It's
common.
very common. Yeah.
Knowing is definitely a little more uncommon.
Yeah.
So all those things add to Halloween and just October, dog. Just my favorite. I fuck with it.
Yeah.
What about you, Lemwords? Your favorite holiday? Not Halloween? President's Day?
Martin Luther King Day.
It was going to be one of those two.
Do I have a favorite holiday?
One you look forward to, dog.
One that I
Groundhog Day?
consistently look forward. No, I don't even know when that is.
Well, there's like a National Friends Day and shit, bro. There's so many holidays now I can't even keep track.
I don't know. I don't really think I'm not Jehovah's Witness or nothing, but I don't really think I
Are you prepared for Jehovah's return?
I don't really think about holidays much. Like there's one
not
every
one that
month.
just- that's true.
Except August, which is when my birthday is. So that should be the only.
That's the
August.
holiday.
Oh,
That is for me.
So in other words, Len, we're saying, listen, fuck all them other holidays. My birthday though,
August.
that's the August. That's the one.
August.
There ain't no holidays on there except for the one that's the most important.
Yes.
My born day.
Gifts can be sent to P.O. Box. No.
I'm about to drop
P.O.
this man really out here trying to hide around, bro. P.O. Box, and it's not even based out of Albuquerque. It's in Kentucky. I got a Kentucky mailbox.
Got to split the jurisdictions.
Yeah.
You know?
Jason, we know you don't like Thanksgiving.
Bro, that's funny. I was about
'Cause
to
of the
say
stuffing.
that. That's. I was about
That's
to
how
say
you
that
feel.
is one of the probably my favorite one, dog.
Thanksgiving is?
Yeah, just for like the family and shit.
See, there you go.
The
For me,
family and
Thanksgiving.
shit.
Yeah.
And the shit.
He likes the shits he takes after
After those meals.
Yeah.
after those.
It'd be that, and then maybe like Cinco de Mayo. You know what I'm saying?
Cinco de Drinko, Jason.
Drinko de Mayo.
Drinko. Nah, that's my birthday too, so that's why.
Man, both y'all cheating like a motherfucker. This man says his birthday. This man says his birthday, bro.
But
what about Abraham Lincoln's birthday? Y'all don't celebrate that shit.
When is that?
He got real serious.
Hey.
Let's see. I don't
Oh
know.
shit! Damn, maybe I
I
should
don't
be
know.
celebrating that
Yeah.
shit.
That was important.
So Halloween, that's your
That's it.
favorite
Yeah, I should
holiday.
go to
Halloween and then Christmas.
All Hallows Eve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yeah,
It's
Christmas means more to me, but
Christmas. Well, Christmas.
but Christmas
is
has
the
been
shit,
so fucked over now. It's just like
Yeah, but I keep it, bro. I keep it close to chest. We got our own traditions, bro.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to that shit, bro.
okay. So I got a question for you: Christmas movies or Halloween movies? Which ones are better?
Oh, Halloween movies.
Psych.
100%. Psych.
What?
Fuck yeah.
No.
Heck, bro, you gonna say the horror genre versus Home Alone?
You can't take
Come
every
on,
horror.
dog.
You can't take every horror
That's
movie. It
all
has to
Halloween.
be a Halloween.
You never seen them Vivica A. Fox fucking Christmas movies, dog?
No, on
That's what he's
Lifetime.
talking about.
Fuck.
I'm just kidding.
Jay watches the craziest shit.
I don't.
Dog.
You know
I
what?
can't
No,
get a
you know-
thread.
No, Jay. No, tell the truth.
You
Jay
know what I
watches
do
all
watch?
the black movies.
He does.
Thank you.
Hey, bro, I watch everything.
Thank you.
He
does.
To be classics.
What I do like about like the holidays though is they do show all the James Bond movies. That's what I actually
Oh
watch,
yeah,
bro.
those are fire.
I can't get a thread on Jay's movie habits.
I'm telling you.
I tried, Jay. Like, he out here like float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
He's like, give me a little bounce, a little tube,
Yeah,
a little Me
bro.
TV.
And I'm good. And I'm
A
good.
little
little Grit
classics.
TV. I
Little
don't know if you
Vivica A. Fox.
I don't know if you guys know
Lifetime.
what Grit TV is.
Grit,
but
yeah, I do.
I bet
Yeah.
you don't.
I do.
They play all the westerns, all the old westerns and shit on there. Fucking classics, dog.
Yep. Jay out here
Bangers.
watching Bonanza.
That's
on the
great.
weekends.
Bonanza, fucking Tales of Wells Fargo. I think I'm an old head, bro. Like,
You think?
You are old man Trav.
Yeah,
dog.
exactly.
when I hit him yesterday, dog, he's all, old man Trav.
What's correct? Hey, perfect segue,
That's
dog.
right.
Perfect segue. You are now tuned in to Respect the Connect. I'm your host, Johnny James, and I'm back again with a few of my nearest and dearest. Jay, old as fuck man Trav is in the building. What's poppin', Halloween version of old man Travis?
Ain't shit popping.
Ain't shit poppin'. That hit probably
I don't celebrate Halloween.
I'm a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
Yeah, run it. Len Words. What's cracking on this All Hallows Eve? Len
Let's see.
Words.
What we cracking? What's cracking?
Smashing. We smashing these pumpkins.
Smashing pumpkins.
Smashing
Smashing
I love
pumpkins.
doing that.
It's fun. It really is.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it really is fun. It really is fun.
Have you smashed a
Oh,
pumpkin before?
yes, bro. Episode 84. Make some motherfucking noise,
Yes.
Jay. Yes, I have, Len Words.
I-
And I will tell you a very interesting story about that right now, matter of fact. We were in the 6th grade. Shout out all my dog Peace. Shout out my cousin Joe. Camo was there. Shout out my dog Juan. Shout out my brother Chase. Hey, and it's crazy because I said sixth grade. I'm still close with all these motherfuckers. They're still my dogs, right?
Yeah.
Another rare situation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So all of us painted our faces, and we were. This is a lot of years, so I can't. This is for entertainment value.
Yeah.
We all painted our faces, and we went on a rampage down there in G-Town Funk. Dog, we were. Man, we TP'd houses, we egged houses, we smashed pumpkins, bro. We snatched fucking candy from the kiddos that were even around our age.
Damn.
Oh, we were wild. We were wilding the fuck out. Hey, but one of the fucking parents of one of the kids that we took their fucking candy from, he pulled up on us. And bro, he was about to
serious.
fuck us up. It got super serious, super
into-
fast.
Turned into the Ghetto Boys song.
Yeah, but it did, huh? Yeah, my mom playing tricks on me. But listen, we were about to jump that motherfucker, dog.
Yep.
One-on-one, he'd have fucked us up.
Yeah.
He couldn't take all 6 of us on, dog, and we were about to.
Yeah.
He was about to get choked out with his kids' fucking candy bags.
Damn.
But, I mean, we deserved it. We were out there wilding out.
Doing too much.
Doing way too much.
You painted your faces.
We painted our faces.
It wasn't blackface, was it?
No, it was not, bro. We do not rock with that around here. Matter of fact, it was the whitest makeup we could find, dog.
Oh,
no,
dead
no,
presidents.
We look like dead presidents.
Nice.
100%.
Yes.
And it was crazy, dog, because we were just running around like fucking wild banshees, screaming at the top of our lungs. And we were just destroying pump for no reason. There was no rhyme or reason. I don't even know whose idea it was.
Really?
But we just went on a
I think
rampage.
I know whose idea it
I
was.
think I know whose idea.
Right.
Bro, that's why I don't know whose idea it was. We went on a rampage. So yes, long story short,
You have smashed some pumpkins?
and it is fun. It is as fun as you would assume.
We shot at a couple pumpkins. Way out on the west side.
Damn, son, this dude's judging me. This
we took
motherfucker's
him-
blasting at people's houses.
No, not at houses. Let me clarify that.
Okay.
No, we took them out to the BLM land out there by the casino. And that just target practice, bro.
Hold on, there's a Black Lives Matter land out there by the casino? That's crazy. How come you weren't informed of this, Len Words?
Yeah. Where's my land?
That's crazy.
It's over there, dog.
It's over.
He's probably right.
I'll invite you next time I go.
Yeah, right. We'll let you
Nah,
set
you
up a
guys never
tent
been
out
up there?
there.
You never went up there?
I have. I just didn't know that it was the Black Lives Matter land.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's a cool spot out there.
So what were you shooting the pumpkins with?
A couple different guns actually. Well, me and my brother have a couple 9s, and then
real guns, not like
Yeah.
paintball. Oh, y'all was tearing that shit up.
Yeah. So were you guys
What?
holding it like this, or were y'all holding it like this? Like were you dumping it like boys in the hood behind the back shots?
the menace to society.
Menace to society. Yeah.
Don't be a menace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't be a menace. Yeah.
This-
And then a couple other homies, they have some crazy ass guns. Too.
I've
I'm not
shot a
gonna say
pumpkin.
anything.
I've shot a pumpkin with the 12 gauge.
No way.
It explodes.
It's-
and it was like not hollowed out. Right? It was like an actual. Like,
Oh, really?
solid
So it really had to.
boom
Yeah.
Yikes, bro.
You kinda get an
when-
indication of
when
what
you
it would
see
do.
that type,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
to someone's dome piece.
Yikes.
Fucking, you see that, bro? They're saying the Menendez dudes are gonna get a shot at getting the fuck out,
speaking
bro.
of
That
a
shit's
nightmare.
wild.
Speaking of a nightmare, yeah,
That shit's wild. though.
it's looking like
Getting
they
out?
might. It's looking like the fucking case, bro.
Y'all are turning this country to hell.
Hey, no, but what's crazy about that, right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's crazy about that, but would this have happened if not for the popularity of the documentary and the movie on Netflix?
On
course
Netflix,
not.
right?
These men's might be getting out. Man, they better go and thank Netflix, dog, or the direct Ryan Murphy better get a fucking Thanksgiving plate or something. They've been locked up now. I think it was like 30 something like that. But bro, the fact that drew the attention necessary to get this even talked about is crazy, dog.
Yeah, I mean, again, to go back to what we were when we were talking about that, just the fact that they tried to cover it up tells me enough that it's just like you can't do that if you're the victim and you're trying to get away with something. You know you're doing something criminally wrong, so fuck that. Like,
It's
I don't buy it.
I don't
Like,
think I don't think they should walk.
I don't know. So to me, it's not that cut and dry, dog. No, bro, because dog, if even half of what they're saying their dad did is true, bro, that's crazy, my dude.
Yeah,
Like people like that deserve to fucking be destroyed and obliterated.
yeah, but with the proper authority, like you don't just you
But
gotta
how
have society. We want our society to have an executioner, right? Like, let's just say that that's what we want. We have to make sure that the executioner is the executioner. We can't.
Like the hangman's the hangman.
Yeah, you know what
You
I'm
got to bring
saying.
him to the hangman.
Exactly, and you got to have a real warrant and a real conviction and a real everything else. You can't just say, "Kill this motherfucker before I kill him."
I just don't have no goddamn faith in our fucking system, bruh.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I'm jaded.
Maybe. I mean, but that's such a gray area, that whole scenario.
Yeah.
Where it's like
There's a lot of factors.
You killed a predator.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you did it outside of the confines of the law. It's kind of hard to say because
if they approached it
if it was true,
differently.
if it was true, just, like, why are you running? Why are you trying to hide?
The one thing we know is a fact. They were fucking horrible criminals, my dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
The worst.
Yeah.
Absolute. It was the mafia. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's rich kid activities. Who
Yeah,
can we say
exactly.
did it? Oh, it was the mob.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I know for
Better
sure.
than gangsters.
Yeah.
They
It was
just be like,
gangsters.
oh, it was the gangsters.
It was a bunch of
from
gangsters.
Los
that did it.
Angeles.
It's
Yeah.
it sucks because they've been through some fucked up shit.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And
SK.
they did what they did. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But they did what they did way above and beyond what could have or should have been like the level, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they were brutal.
Oh, they blew their
Right.
dad's
That's-
face off.
That's what
So-
I'm,
so,
Man's
like-
face
and
was
their-
on the
and
wall
their
in front of
mom,
him.
too.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like maybe if they were like defending themselves and they choked them out or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck, then like call and be like, yo, this, that, and the other.
But the thing
even
is,
if they
though, dog,
shot
is
him, it's just
imagine
like, you
though.
really have
Okay,
to-
so but they've been if let's go off of the premise.
Yeah.
Damn, I wasn't trying to get on a tangent here with these guys, but
Okay.
let's go off of the premise that what they say is 1,000% true, and they were being brutally abused
yeah.
from conception to when they pulled those triggers. How can you judge where someone's mental space is at that point? They're not a regular.
But that's why I'm saying, stay your ass in the box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But are they a danger to society now?
that's what I asked last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, are
bro.
they a danger to society?
yeah, they
You think
are.
they
I
are?
think they
You
are.
think they're gonna get out and they're gonna be psychotic? They're probably gonna get out and have the most successful podcast on the face of the earth.
They're gonna have a true crime
I'm
podcast.
telling you, dog. Watch.
It's just crazy, bro. If they get out and walk for after doing, again, they've had trauma and abuse done to them, bro. But if they get out and walk, what is
Precedent?
that? What
Does
is
that
precedent
set?
does
Yeah.
that set?
That's what I'm concerned.
You know what I'm
with.
saying?
But it is California.
What
so fuck
precedent
it.
did it set for them to be abused and then locked away like that too?
I mean,
they
did murder their
means
parents.
that-
So
Yeah.
it
that's
means
the
you
thing.
killed somebody. And
And you got caught, and it
you
was
got caught.
okay.
And that's what it is. Like you have to concede that job to the authorities.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just can't be out here wild and vigilante style. Like I don't know anybody but John Jones out here who can get away with that shit.
Yeah. I mean,
Nobody else.
remember
can
him
beat
during
Batman.
COVID, dog? He was
Yeah.
out here fucking, you better not even fucking think
Shout
about
out-
throwing
shout
that
out
brick.
to him,
Yeah,
man. I
shout out
appreciate
Jones, bruh. You put that brick down, I'm gonna fuck you up, dog. That, bro, seriously.
probably said it just like
that.
that,
Is
too.
it, bro. Homie was like, oh, dog. I really,
yeah.
I don't even know why I'm out here throwing bricks through windows,
Right,
but
like, I don't-
if John Jones tell me I shouldn't do it, I probably shouldn't,
Probably
dog.
slow down. Yeah.
Imagine the story, bro. Yeah, bro. John Jones knocked all my teeth out because I was trying to throw a brick through the launch pad. Right? That's a story forever, bro.
Oh my god.
But and
But that's what I'm saying. It's like they were kids. They had plenty of opportunities. They went and they chose violence. So
How old were they when
They were like
they
17.
actually?
yeah, they were like
they did it right before they were 18.
Yeah, 17,
like
18,
they did
yeah.
it right before they were 18. They were trying to cover it up. They didn't. The only way it came out was because of what the therapist.
Yeah, it was
side
because he told the
chick-
therapist.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
But
Like, it's
that-
not like they
that's-
were just like, this man is guilty and we took care of it, sheriff. Thank you.
But see, that's not. That's where for me, and
Coroner.
I was never abused like that, right? So this is for me, it's a general like question.
Mm-hmm.
For someone that was brutally abused for that long, for that many years, right? They're not gonna think like someone that wasn't.
That's true.
The trauma's so deep and so embedded. How do you put them in the same conversation, right? How do you is there a different conversation to be had, right? Is there a different place that they should have ended up?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's
'Cause
my question.
That's the trouble with that conversation and why I think it was just kind of left up in the air. It is almost comes down to like a personal and community choice where
Yep.
it's like, you know, in this circle of people, this is how we're going to handle things. And
Yep.
when you're dealing with kids or you're fucking over kids and stuff like that, people don't have a lot of compassion for that.
No.
Like, any. So that's a slippery slope to even try to defend it. You know what I'm saying? And say, hey, you should have went through the proper authorities. Most people would be like, nah, you do that shit to my kids, I'm knocking your head off tonight.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we
because
ride-
I
we
mean,
riding at sundown.
you run the chance of them getting off.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
That is a risk.
Yeah.
Right. Because we've seen it happen.
Yeah.
You run the chance, but you also, on the flip side, you also run the chance of somebody that didn't do something also being convicted for somebody that they didn't do. That's why.
That's tricky because now that you say that, that's interesting because if you were a father or someone protecting those kids and you went to the authorities and the guy got, you know, prosecuted, but it didn't work out, now you can't kill him because it's premeditated.
Exactly.
Like you can't say I just lost it and I just went you can't play that game.
It's such a gray area, and we'll see. We'll see where this goes, bro.
Wildness.
You know what I do want to double back to is the wildness that this man stated.
What's up?
You think Christmas movies are better than Halloween movies, man?
Absolutely.
That is fucking crazy.
Absolutely.
Well, like,
because I'm
what
not
Chri-
going to
what
let you
Christmas
roll
movie?
every horror movie in
They
there.
are though. Every horror movie is a Halloween
you
movie,
can't
dog.
Do that. No.
So it has to be based in
every
Halloween.
vampire movie, every fucking zombie movie. No, you can't take all of them. No,
I mean,
you can't just take the whole
The
genre.
horror genre is a Halloween
Okay.
genre.
Rom-coms versus Halloween movies. Fuck you.
So then,
Can't
what's
do
your
that.
favorite? What's your favorite scary movie?
Candyman, first one.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good one.
I watched
Why?
Candyman because it felt real. That world felt real, and because it was a new story. It wasn't a rehash of something I've seen. It wasn't like I like ghost stories. I like spirits and specters. I like the fact that Candyman had that long history.
Yeah.
that was dope. The other part of it was just the fact that that world never really got a good spooky scary story, even though that world is very, very frightening. Like Cabrini Green in the 80s and 90s was like not the place to be. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they took that setting and made it into a legitimate scary story was awesome.
Yep.
That's why I fuck with it. You know, it just hit me at the right time. I liked it better than the Freddy's, and you know, Jason was just like too much. Freddy was too like comical and like jokey.
He got there when he started. It was pretty dark.
I like the first Freddy.
I like the first one. I could skip completely over the second one. That one's a horrendous piece of shit. But the third one's really good. That might be my favorite one.
Really?
Yeah,
Nightmare on Elm Street 3?
Yeah, it's the Dream Chasers, Dream
something.
Dream Warriors or something like that.
Yeah.
It's when they're in the mental institution.
Right.
And they're giving them the medication Nancy comes back from the first one, and she's taking the medication to suppress the dreams. That one's fucking sick, bro.
So I like, Candyman, but then right next to it is The Shining.
Oh, that's a
I was
good one.
gonna
Those are my
mention that
two.
one, bro.
Those are my like
Jack Nicholson.
1A, 1B.
That's a good one.
Because I'll watch The Shining every time it's on TV.
You know what's wild to me is how much Stephen King hated The Shining.
Did. Yeah.
And
he really didn't like it.
To me, bro, it's better. I'm going to probably catch flack for this, but listen, I've read the book twice and I've seen the movie. It's better than the book.
Yeah, I read the book too.
It's better than the book.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's more concise, and I thought Jack Nicholson did a great job with it.
He killed it. He elevated the character of the father.
Yeah.
He did. He elevated it.
Well, he made him more human and more like,
he elevated
weird.
it. Yeah. And the fact that Stephen King liked the TV rendition of it just kind of shows me that he was wrong.
Well, he liked it because he knew all the meanings of all the story points that he built into it. But for a movie, like that gets whittled down.
And the direct-to-TV one wasn't bad either. I fuck with that one too. That one's cool. I like watching that one. It's not a horrendous piece of shit. I mean, it's pretty. It's a direct-to-TV Stephen King film, dog.
That's right.
Like it's better than The Langoliers. You watch that shit?
Yeah.
That is horrible.
I just ignore that one.
That's
the
a good
only
idea.
one I respect is The Stand.
Oh, that one was great.
That one was.
Have you read the book?
No, I never got to read.
Bro,
that
that's literally the first Steve. My parents were probably like, "What the fuck is wrong with this kid?" Bro, I was reading.
Like we were forcing him to read, but what's he reading?
What he's reading? I read The Stand when I was like 7 years old, bro.
No way.
Swear to God.
No way.
I guarantee my parents like laid their heads down at night and probably were like, we should probably keep an eye on Johnny.
Yeah, he's gonna be all right, right?
Because, bro, that book is this big. Yeah. And it is just about the end of the world.
Yeah.
I remember getting to the end of it. I was like, oh my God, I need input. I was like Johnny Five, right? Input. Los locos kick your balls into outer space. I needed more. That book really started me on like the trajectory of just wanting to read more. Really? Which is
no kidding.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Because that shit is fucking bleak.
7 years old.
Yeah.
I was reading like Encyclopedia Brown and shit.
It's crazy, dog.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss. Like
I was reading The Stand.
Choose Your Own Adventures and shit. Like these guys over here reading
The Stand like a psycho. But I was not mad at the TV rendition of that movie. I mean, of that book.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad.
I thought The Stand was great. Did he do the Dead Zone too?
I don't know.
Was that Stephen King?
I don't think so.
Really? Because I like the Dead Zone too, but
I don't think so. He might have been.
That's just TV movie shit.
And I liked it.
It was good too.
You know what's crazy about that one? No, is I didn't read the book before I had watched the original like movie.
Yeah,
that was on TV.
Yeah,
that book is crazy, dog.
Is it?
That
Man, oh, that's right.
Nah,
okay,
that man. Man. That shit
was wild.
Shit crazy.
Yeah.
If you haven't read the book, I'm not gonna say it on here because it'll probably get us flagged for demonetization. The stuff that those kids got to do to get out of them trenches, I don't know, dog. Made me feel highly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know why they had to do that.
Yeah.
Had no reason in the story, which is probably why they cut it out of both movies. But then what he ended up being, and then like the turtle, bro, that book went off the fucking rails, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry. And the new version of it, I really loved the first one. It Chapter 1
I thought
was
the first one was
amazing.
well done.
The
Yeah.
second one was fucking awful.
Yeah, it fell flat.
And it sucked because the casting might have been the best casting for adults to children I've ever seen in a movie ever.
Yeah.
It was flawless.
Yeah.
But the rest of the movie was garbage.
Yeah.
The scenes where like they had to de-age the kids and then how they ended up killing Pennywise, roasting him to death.
Yeah.
He's just this little head at the bro. It was fucking awful, dog. I hated it, man. And I went back and watched it again just to make sure
Just to
that.
be sure.
Well, a couple times actually. I'll have to do that because sometimes I'm wrong, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect, dog. Right? Jason,
What's up?
what's your favorite scary movie, dog? That's not with Vivica A. Fox, bro, or John Wayne, dog.
Or John Wayne. Probably The Shining, bro. I don't really like fuck with too many like scary horror movies and shit, but The Shining.
The Shining.
Jack
How
Nicholson.
do you feel about the soundtrack? Because I think the soundtrack
It ain't better
for
than
The
Space
Shining-
Jam.
I think the music for The Shining is incredible. Like it sets the tone
Definitely.
of the film. Like it makes it
It's
scary.
another character.
Yeah.
It's a paid actor.
Yeah.
Well, when it's done right, bro, that's
That's the point.
what it's supposed to do.
What do you think about the conspiracy theories surrounding The Shining?
What about it?
About Stanley Kubrick putting the breadcrumbs to the fact that he shot the moon landing in The Shining.
I mean, I think all that's true. At this point, I'm pretty certain.
That Stanley
That-
Kubrick shot the moon landing and was letting us know in his art that he did it. And it was a fuck you to the Hollywood elites.
I have seen enough actual footage of astronauts like getting pinned down by like weirdo people at like those festivals where they do the speaking engagements, and people asking them if they really went, and their responses are not normal. Like if you went to the moon, you couldn't tell me a motherfucking thing for the rest of my life. If I went to
Bitch,
the
I
moon,
was on the moon.
Yeah, it's like
What are their responses?
their responses are almost like you're asking them to answer a question that if they answer the wrong way could get them hurt. It's like asking what set you claim. You know, in
When
the
you're
wrong
not in friendly
neighborhood.
territory.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, hey, where you from? Where you from, homie? Where you from, homie? It feels like that.
I'm from
when they're
somewhere.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. They're like trying to get away from them rather than just, I turn around and be like, my dick is this big. I went to the moon, huh? I was on the moon, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't tell me anything. So I expect that from somebody who's actually
been
been
on the
to the
moon.
moon. I don't expect you to be like rolling out like, they figured us out. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so that one I'm like, I
That
don't know,
conspiracy
bro. That's
theory
weird.
for me, like I've said a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I love entertaining even the wildest ones. I just the conversation back and forth. It's fucking awesome and fun to have those conversations. Ones that I'll actually pay attention to, like really though, are ones that you can actually see the reasoning behind it and the legit possibility that it could have taken place. Right. Us getting there first was huge in our power struggle.
Right.
Like that was like stamp, we're done. You feel what I'm saying? Same thing with, the nuclear power and all that stuff, but that was another crown jewel. Nah, we beat y'all. Y'all ain't even close. We got it. Done.
Yeah.
So for us to be like, well, listen, we should still go, but let's shoot it over here.
Right.
We got the power to do it, right? That ain't who's gonna know? There's nobody up there. They're not gonna
How they gonna
snitch on
check?
us.
Yeah.
How they gonna check our homework, dog?
Yeah.
Right? So I do see the reasoning behind that one. What fucks me up thinking about, him putting it in the movie, right? Stanley Kubrick, is now let's fast forward to his last movie,
Oh yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
You ever see that, Jay?
I haven't seen it.
You never seen that one?
My dude,
That one is
when you look
classic.
at that movie now through the lens of stuff that's happened and how Hollywood has been busted and all these powerful people have been brought to the surface of being fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
I don't know, dog. He might have been saying something that got him taken out for
Yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
because they were going to these like elite parties where people had to wear masks, and they were just taking each other to Pound Town.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
and someone was just there to watch. Like they had hired people. Like it was the same. It was the same thing you would imagine if you were just an observer in that space. That's what that character was in that movie. He was like in the party, but he wasn't supposed to be there. He got the secret password from his homeboy, and he showed up even though he shouldn't have had his ass there. And when they found out it was him, they started coming after his ass.
Yep.
Like they was showing up at his doorstep, like following him in the street, all types of shit.
And it's weird that far in his career, right before he
checked
out or got his ticket
or
punched,
got checked out. Yeah.
that he chose that story and the way he shot it. And at that time, Tom Cruise was the biggest star in the world.
Yeah.
And he was married to Nicole Kidman, so he shot. The pieces to that are crazy, dog.
Yeah.
So Stanley Kubrick, I don't know, dog. That man might have been in some places he didn't want to be or shouldn't have been, and let us know through his art.
Okay, quick follow-up question on the moon shit for people who think I'm crazy. How come all these other countries have been to the moon, but we've never seen any footage of their moon landings?
We haven't?
Have you?
I haven't. I didn't even think about that.
Let's see.
How many other countries have been to the moon?
India just went.
Really? The fuck
Apparently,
they doing up
like in the last 5-10 years, they
went to the
announced
moon?
it. They announced
We got
that they
there,
went to
guys.
the moon. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There wasn't no parades. There were no pictures.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know that.
video footage or nothing.
That is interesting.
That's why I'm like, this don't make no fucking sense. Like the only people who got footage of a moon landing just happens to be our country, even though all these other countries claim to have been there.
That is interesting.
It's like, hold on now.
That is
Like,
interesting.
Wait a minute.
That's-
Wait a minute, motherfucker.
All these images in India moon landing, they look so fucking fake.
Do they?
Yeah.
The AI generated?
Look at that shit.
What
the fuck is that?
That's not even bruh. What did they land? What did they take what did they fly up there, bro? There's no way that's real. There's no way that's the only image.
No,
let's go back.
are you
Bro, that
kidding
looks
me?
like a neon machine. What are they
They
taking a
look like
party
they
up
put
there?
that shit together in
Why is the
Canva.
spaceship
All these,
glowing?
look at
They
all
put
those
that
pop
shit
up.
together in
Why is
Canva.
this-
That don't
okay,
even
no,
look like
that look-
Photoshop.
That
bro.
looks better though. That looks better. This
I mean,
one,
they all still look
No. That one
Uh,
looks better. That one looks more realistic.
Yeah, but that lighting is wrong.
So,
Still
but hold
wrong,
on,
though, right?
no. So, you don't think we've ever been to the moon? I want to get this out the way.
I don't think you can get to the moon.
You don't think so?
No,
Now,
I
see,
think-
I won't stand on that.
No.
I think
Really?
we've been to the moon. I don't think we went when we said we went.
Okay.
I think the possibility of us not going when we said we did, there's a high chance of it. Do I think we didn't go? I don't know. That we might have, we might not have. But I do think there's a high chance that we didn't. I do think. I think we've been there since, though.
Okay. I think that the Van Allen belt is the actual radiation belt around the Earth's surface. I think it's a donut shape. I don't think it's flat or round. I think it's something in the middle. And I think once you get to the edges of that radiation, there's so much of it that you can't survive getting
Outside of it.
So I don't know how far the moon and the sun actually are. I'm just taking everybody's word for it, just like everyone else is. And I'm willing to concede that I don't really truly know any of this shit. However, when you really think about all the ways that you can conceptualize that, and then you look at those pictures and you look at our photos and then you hear all these conspiracies and you're just like, is it really what it seems? Is it really what we're being told? Or is there more to the story? Because think of how powerful that is to be able to control people on that level. You know what I'm saying? Because they actually, when Copernicus was figuring shit out, when Newton was figuring shit out, they had to go against the church. They had to go against all these huge entities who were trying to control how people think. When did that stop?
Yeah.
When did that energy or that thought process ever
Stop.
go somewhere?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's naive for us to think that we're just constantly getting better and better when our eyes are telling us we're getting worse and worse.
If
Like we're not
if
getting
we
smarter,
aren't
guys.
if at this point in our life as human beings on this planet, if we're not able to see what the fuck is out there,
Yeah.
I'm worried about our species then, dog.
You think?
Because we're not doing anything. Like, look at, bro, we're still killing each other. Look at Middle East, they've been fucking going to war for thousands of years.
Yeah.
We ain't getting better, bro. We are not doing a fucking thing. All we're doing is wasting resources on this planet. And at some point,
We're gonna
run
waste
out,
the
dog.
last one.
Yeah, there ain't gonna be no more water. You know what I'm saying? And who knows what the fuck else.
I know one
I'll
thing
be in
for
the
sure.
ancestor realm.
Whenever we get Elon Musk on the podcast,
Oh yeah.
these are the questions we're asking this man.
Hey, if they're in our state, we deserve to
I
get
agree.
that interview.
You got to sit down with us, Elon.
Yeah.
That's the first question. I mean, you don't got to smoke, dog. You know what I'm saying? Or you want to? We
Yeah.
got the dispensary right here, my dog. You know what I mean? You can do what you want to do. But these are questions I'd like to actually sit down and have with somebody that like is in the field, right? Like, say we could get someone on here that like used to work for NASA or like that. Those type of conversations.
We're in that part of the country
I know we
where
are.
we could get those
Well,
people.
maybe we should
but
look into
would
it.
They get
Maybe
on
we should
camera?
go up to fucking
Los Alamos and just be like, yo.
hey, listen,
was
knock,
gonna
knock,
say
motherfucker. We need someone that's in
Respect
this
the
field.
connect.
Let's go. We here. Let's talk about it.
What is this tunnel to?
Yeah. Let's check. Hey, then we're gonna be filming our fucking eyes wide shut ticket punch, bruh. Yeah. So okay.
So my favorite Halloween movie is The Moon Landing.
I like that. Hey, The Shining, bro. I could
Shining's
respect
dope.
that, especially from someone that I know you're not a big horror film
Yeah.
buff. I'm gonna be honest here. I don't think I could pick my favorite, dog. There's no way.
Really?
There's no way.
Do you
bro.
have one that? Do you
am
have any that you watch like every year?
1000%?
Okay. What's that
The
list?
first Halloween
Okay.
out the gate, as a fucking classic for multiple reasons, bro. Like shoestring budget. They didn't even know Michael Myers wasn't even supposed to be named Michael. Like they wanted to call him the Shape, and he was just supposed to be there, right? Like they didn't even have the mask when they were starting to shoot. They're like, you need to make a mask, my dude. He ran out to like some back in then I think it was called like a 5 and dime or whatever, bro, old school, and he found a William Shatner mask. He got the William Shatner mask, spray painted the mask white because it was like skin color, super white. Spray painted the hair black. Boom, Michael Myers
No
is
shit.
born off a William
so that
Shatner mask.
mask is William Shatner.
Yep, watch it. Now, again, with that in mind, you can't unsee it. You can't unsee it. So that's definitely a go-to of mine. I got to watch it every single Halloween. But see, I'm a little different, dog, because I watch horror movies all year round.
Yeah.
Right? Ask Dom. Dom knows. And Dom, not saying he's not a fan of horror movies, not his favorite genre, but... You're going to watch this. Open your fucking eyes, man. I was like the guy on, what's the movie with Sandra Bullock? When you can't open your eyes, you see the demons?
Oh, Bird Box.
Bird Box. I was like the guy on Bird Box when he forces the old lady's eyes open.
It's a joke. Like as close as you could get to like doing that is
That's what he's like. You're not going to be afraid.
like
Yeah.
Yeah. So I watch them year round, right?
Okay.
So Halloween is definitely a go-to every October. It's got to be. Another one of my favorites is obviously the original Exorcist.
Yeah.
That is
I like
a
that.
fucking
I like that.
classic. And to this day, no movie has scared me like that movie. But it was, and I think I've talked about this before, but I don't give a shit. It's episodes back, so we're going to talk about it again. The way I watched it. I was raised strict Catholic when I was younger, right? So my parents or my brothers had brought it over, right? And both of my parents were still working at the bar at the time. So I was there alone at the trailer, and they're like, don't watch this movie. Don't watch this movie. Don't put this VH in. So guess what the fuck I did? I
Exactly
put that shit in,
Yeah.
right? It was raining, right? And we're in this little ass trailer, dog. So when it would rain and there would be a thunderstorm, you were like in the eye of the storm, dog.
Right. You can feel it.
Raining, and I'm alone. It's a Friday night, dog, and I throw in The Exorcist at like 6 years old.
You're dumb.
Yeah.
And now look at him.
You're like,
Yeah.
that was a dumb move.
Cooked.
You scared yourself,
Was
bro.
the most shocking shit. Bro, I was sitting there like, I'm going straight to hell for watching this movie. Straight to hell. Bro,
People
she-
thought that when it
she
came
gets
out,
the
too,
crucifix.
Yeah.
my
Oh,
dog.
yeah, I remember that.
The crucifix
Yeah.
scene?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
But
that was
bro,
sacrilegious.
I
dog. That
couldn't,
was so
I couldn't
bad.
stop. I couldn't stop watching it. Dog.
Yeah.
I couldn't look away.
Yeah.
I was so terrified. And I had the one rule my parents had given me, I had directly broke it. So I couldn't even talk to nobody about it, bro. I had to suffer in silence. I was scared to go to sleep. I was scared to
Yeah.
go to church.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to burst in flames. That movie was so terrifying as a kid, dog. But it also, before then, I was still into horror movies. I don't know, I'm 39, so you might remember this. You might remember this, Jay. I know Ken does because Ken's 56. You remember when they used to show horror movies on like Channel 7 after the news or like after Saturday Night Live?
Oh yeah, night. Yeah,
It was always like a horror movie, right?
It was like a horror feature.
My dad, I'd stay up. We had one TV in the living room. My dad would pass out, and I was just up. So that's how I watched, like, People Under the Stairs, all these, like, classic horror movies, right?
That's my joint,
yeah, right?
yeah.
So that's how I got to watch all these fucking movies. And it was commercials, and they were edited. So when I finally watched The Exorcist, unedited.
Oh, yeah.
Sheesh, my
different
dude,
movie, yeah.
when she turns her fucking head around, dog.
Yeah.
The crucifix scene. So that's a classic for me, always will be. No movie I think has ever scared me like that. That was like PTSD fear.
Yeah.
I do like Jason and Freddy, right? For more nostalgia purposes.
Right.
Because a lot of those haven't aged very well, Doug.
Yeah.
I did not need Jason in fucking outer space.
Nah,
right?
not at all.
No.
Yeah.
I also didn't need that
you go.
motherfucker in Manhattan.
Outer space is real.
Yeah, because Jason went.
Jason went.
I also didn't need that motherfucker in Manhattan. That was another
Jason
weird
Takes
fucking
Manhattan.
place he ended up. You know what, though? My favorite scene, is when homie decides to motherfucking shoot the fade with Jason, dog. He's standing out. Let's go, bitch. Bam, bam, bam. He's boxing, bro. Jason hits him once, knocks his fucking head off, dog. That might be the funniest fucking moment in all the Jason movies, bro.
I think out of all the states, bro, like that's probably the one place that he would get fucked up though.
Oh, in Manhattan?
In New York,
In
yeah.
New York?
In Manhattan,
Nah,
bro.
you know what? Listen, Jay. He pops up on motherfucking San Pedro and Central.
Okay,
Jason
yeah.
getting fucked up, bruh.
Yeah.
Either that or he's gonna be
I
strung out on
concur.
fentanyl down there with those motherfuckers.
About to get his mask took.
They're gonna give Jason some blues.
see him
We're gonna
He's
give
just gonna be
Jason
leaning
some.
on the
Yeah,
corner like
hey, we're gonna give Jason some blues. He ain't even got a problem no more, bro. Neutralized. We neutralizing Jason Voorhees, bruh.
Yes, dog. That's fucking funny.
So though I still rock with those movies because of like nostalgia purposes,
That's
right?
how I feel about People Under the Stairs.
Yeah, that again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that one's it's goofy, but it's
Super
it's
goofy.
so fun. Yeah, it's so
But I
fun.
still rock with that one, bro.
I got him. I got him. I got him.
Yeah.
I got him.
You know what we were talking about the other day, and I came to the firm conclusion on here.
Yeah.
Out of all of the slasher franchises that have existed,
Okay.
Scream is the GOAT. It's the GOAT. It's kept the same cast.
Yeah.
It's never had a goofy ass ghost face in fucking on Mars,
Yeah.
right? It's never gotten paranormal, really. It's kept its motherfucking integrity as a slasher franchise.
And Marlon Wayans did his thing in that one, dog.
He did. Bro. I loved it. Yeah, he did. Scream is it's the best.
Yeah.
Now listen, am I saying it's my favorite? I don't know. But it is definitely the best slasher franchise.
You think it's better than what's the one with Carrie Ells where he woke up with Jigsaw? What's that one?
Yeah, it is.
You think it's better than
it
that
is because I wouldn't really classify Jigsaw as slasher,
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay.
right?
Gotcha.
And Jigsaw went all over the fucking place. This man
it?
died 5 movies ago. He's still
And then
in
he
it.
came back.
Remember when he shows up and he's supposed to be young and he's just in a hoodie?
Yeah.
What's up, my fellow youngsters? That was the worst, dog. Well, I don't know why
I
they
didn't
did
see
that.
any of those.
No, that's the worst.
Yeah.
He pulls up with he puts his hat backwards and he's wearing a hoodie.
Stop.
He's still 65 years old,
Stop.
bro. Dumb.
I haven't seen those.
Those ones, that's another genre in itself, I think.
Saw ones?
The Saw
Yeah.
ones. That's
Yeah.
more like just like, that's not even horror to me,
Yeah.
right? And I still watch it.
I know. What would those be?
It's like just brutality.
yeah,
So
yeah.
does that mean that the Exorcist was the most like shocking horror movie experience for you? Because for me, it was Martyrs.
Oh, shit.
Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Have you seen the French one?
Yeah. Oh, no, the French one? No.
Yeah, it's in French, the original one, but it's the one that opens up with the girl running in the alleyway.
Yeah. That was the most
fucking-
shocking one for
Bro,
you?
I watched that with my brother, and like I still to this day will never forget. We're sitting on the couch, and the credits roll after that movie, and we just sat there in silence, like we didn't even speak to each other. We were just literally like, "What the fuck did we just see?"
Yeah.
It was insane. But Martyrs is phenomenal. With
Yeah.
Just on that, because it's in that Saw kind of like
Yeah.
that horror. What was the other one? Hostel.
Hostel, yeah.
It's in that world.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Oh
I
my
think
God,
Hostel
crazy.
again was brilliant marketing because it's really not that shocking. I mean,
No.
it's really not.
No, Martyrs
It's-
showed you what
like
they wanted
Hostel
Hostel
is
to be.
such a slow build up for
Yeah.
very minimal
payoff.
payoff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a little like it is. My nerves are you can't. You're asking the wrong person. Kind of. My nerves are sin. Like it takes a lot now, a lot for me to go. Holy shit,
Numb.
dude. Holy shit. The last one that did that, bro.
Yeah.
Have you seen Hereditary yet?
No.
My dog.
Really?
This is in the genre of elevated horror.
Is that
Right.
Is that the same guy who did Midsummer?
Yes.
Okay, see, Dan told me
So
to
we
watch
go
that
we go
shit.
elevated horror here,
Okay.
right?
With
We
the
got the
library.
the Babadook, right?
Yeah.
Is another one.
I didn't think that one was that scary.
Yeah, it wasn't, but
Okay.
it was still pretty brilliant.
Yeah, I liked it.
Right? It was
Yeah.
still pretty brilliant. Again, these ones are starting to be classified as that, right? Horror with like a deeper message and like really, really takes its time to scare the fuck out of you, right? So I'm gonna ruin it. So fuck it, whatever. There's a scene in there, right? So in Hereditary. Shout out to homeboy from Naked Brothers Band. You ever? Yeah, that,
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a show that was on Nickelodeon. It was this group of like there was these two brothers. They're on tour right now.
They had a
make
show on Nickelodeon called Naked Brothers.
that was the name of the band. The band is called Naked Brothers Band. Hey, and they had
Snyder, you
Dan
dirty
Snyder, you
motherfucker.
dirty. Hey, that was named that before they were on the show. They named themselves, but they moved forward, and then one of them became a pretty talented actor. He's in Hereditary. He's in Old.
Don't ruin this movie because I am gonna watch it.
Okay, then I can't tell you.
Okay, don't do it.
Okay, watch it.
I will
Because I want to talk to you
I
about
wanna
it.
watch Hereditary.
There is a scene in this movie that is gonna make you say, "Fucking Johnny, I can't believe he fucking made me watch this. I'm fucked up." It's PTSD.
Okay.
My dude, I seriously sat there for a while and I was like, "Fuck, do I leave?" That was fucked up.
Really?
Oh, bro.
Have you seen this movie? No.
It is
Shit.
one scene specifically
Okay.
that you will not be prepared for. Nothing I could say or do right now will prepare you for this scene.
Okay.
Just
Well,
know.
don't ruin it.
I
'cause
won't.
I'll
I won't.
watch
I
it.
won't.
I'll
I won't.
watch it.
If you're gonna actually watch it, then I will.
Yeah, I will.
So that is shocking. Hereditary, yeah. So you have all these like now you got these like sub genres and different things that have spawned off of the horror genre, right? The other day we were talking about which I really like Scream for this reason, right? Because at the moment when it came out, it did a whole lot of stuff that had never been done before, right? And it was very self-aware.
It existed in a world where those horror movies already existed,
which made it so fucking interesting,
It felt
bro.
visceral. Yeah.
And shout out, bro, and rest in peace to the GOAT, Wes Craven, my dude.
Oh, yeah.
This fucking man had the know-how and the foresight to say during the climax scene, they're going to be watching Halloween. So we get to use the Halloween theme music in our final scene. Fucking brilliant. That was the chef's kiss. Brilliant. And the fact that he was the first one that had two slashers. There was two killers. No one's seen that coming. The whole time you're like, it's got to be this person. It's got to be this person.
Yeah.
There's two of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, they
What?
teamed up.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. It had never been done before.
Yeah.
And then again, they held the thread, dog. Like, not every single one of them are my favorite movie. But let's go to, the one that started the slasher genre, the GOAT, Michael Myers.
No.
He's the slasher. He started it.
Texas Chainsaw.
When did they both come out? And is Texas Chainsaw slasher?
I think that's the very definition of slasher. What else is it?
I think Michael Myers was out before Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Was it?
I wonder which one came out first.
Hey,
Let's
AI.
see. Hey, let's see.
Come
Hold
on.
on. I'm gonna Google it.
Chainsaw was 1974.
And Halloween was 78 or 79.
Yeah, because I
Okay,
thought Chainsaw
okay.
was the one that like everyone was like,
Okay, maybe
that was like the secret movie that people were just like, what the fuck? Have you
Maybe
seen
I
this
was
shit?
wrong. Maybe I was wrong. Okay,
Play as
so
fuck up, too.
maybe play as fuck up too, Craig. Maybe it did, but that was also in the weird ass shocking genre vein as well.
True.
Like, so okay, so it didn't start the
So
slasher
when
genre.
you speak of slasher, in your opinion, what are you describing?
We're talking the three top guys. The stalker that go and try and kill these people that are in the woods, that are asleep, that are a babysitter, that are their sister, that are they're kind of, and Scream is a little different too because it's kind of still has, it's a slasher, but it's kind of like the whodunit too.
Right.
It's kind of like the mystery.
Right.
Kinda, with Michael Myers and Freddy and
There was
Jason,
no
you know,
mystery,
there's no mystery. You just know they're out here killing motherfuckers.
Right.
So maybe, Texas Chainsaw Massacre maybe
Might have been the first one
It's a
like that.
good conversation there.
Because prior to that, like the most influential horror movie was Night of the Living Dead.
And that's what I was
Yes.
getting to.
Yeah.
It was. So you had, Michael Myers that maybe popularized it as more, maybe.
Oh,
right?
yeah, for sure.
But there was no blood in the first one. And then Jason said, hold my beer, right?
Yeah.
And Freddy, both of them they went straight to the blood.
So I felt like Michael Myers was different and unique because Leatherface had a story, but you didn't know what it was. All you knew was they were trespassing and they were horny teens run out of gas or whatever it was.
So I'm going to chop you up.
So I'm going to cut you up.
Yeah.
But Michael Myers actually had a backstory to why he was the way he was, and that's what made him the most engaging and felt the most real. Leatherface never really felt real. He felt like a weirdo. Michael Myers felt like
he could be the kid down the street.
You push this motherfucker too far, he might turn into that shit.
And see, that's what I liked about the character too, but it's what John Carpenter didn't. It's why he stopped.
Really?
Because he always wanted him to be like this immovable, the shape, right? He didn't want to give him like much of a backstory. He wanted him just to be like, he could be in the window, like, why is he doing this? There's no rhyme or reason. He's just doing it.
Yeah.
So when they did the second one, which again, to me, dog, that fucking second one is the shit, bro. The scenes in the hospital, the chase scene between him and Laurie when she's like all doped up and she's trying to go through the window, one of the greatest, most intense chase scenes that's in a slasher film, period. So he was mad that they had to give him a reason. And the fact that that Laurie Strode was his sister, to him, it fucked it up for him. But to me, it didn't. It added to him being a psycho.
Right.
This man just wants to kill his sisters. The fuck they do to this guy? So to me, it didn't take away from it, but for John Carpenter, it did.
Really?
So back to kind of why I was saying Scream is probably the crown jewel and doesn't have any weird moments. Michael Myers does, dog. Like there's whenever it was like a cult and it was like the Ant-Man was in it and they all had the same tattoos and shit, and then he had to fight Busta Rhymes when they were they had the cameras and it was a reality television.
H2O.
Bro, that's fucking stupid. This man's got like 3 timelines. Okay, so let's see. Let's break it down here live. Let's see what we can. This dude lives in a multiverse. The multiverse of Michael Myers, dog. So you have the original timeline, right, which is 1 and 2, okay? And then you have 4 and 5. That's the original timeline because in 4 and 5, Laurie's gone. Esket died in a car crash, but her daughter's there, Jamie. So Michael Myers comes back and goes after her daughter. Same timeline. Then you have the third one, which is Season of the Witch, that has nothing to do with Michael Myers.
Yeah.
John Carpenter wanted to turn Halloween into like a every year new Halloween story.
Yeah.
That wasn't attached to Michael Myers.
That's where Ryan got his idea from.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what he did with American Horror Story.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. That's kind. And then
anthology. He wanted to turn it into an anthology. Gotcha.
But then what he did with Ryan Murphy, he ended up weaving that multiverse together.
Did he?
They ended up kind of like tying in. Some of them were, but so with the third one, that's another timeline. So then you get into the 6th one, which I guess technically, okay, I'm lying. 4, so 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 are in the same timeline.
Okay.
And then you get the reboot kind of with H2O, which brings back Jamie Lee Curtis,
right,
but completely ignores Jamie, like she didn't have a daughter.
Right.
So here we go with a new timeline. Then you have the one after that where he ends up fighting Busta Rhymes and Jamie Lee Curtis gets murked. He finally kills her.
Yeah.
So that's 3. We're in 3 timelines
so that was
now.
H2O and then Halloween Ends?
Yeah, then it was Halloween Resurrection with Busta Rhymes. Resurrection with Busta Rhymes. And this man, he sits there and fucking runs the fade with Michael Myers too. All you needed was Busta Rhymes, dog. That was it.
Bus.
Yeah, but that was that's when he was kind of yoked up too, bro. So he was standing there throwing with him, bro. So then after that, you have the Rob Zombie reboots.
Right.
Which are fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you what you thought of those ones.
They're fucking awesome. Like the first one I really liked. And it's interesting because I did not like the second one for the longest time because I felt like I was a fucking like Michael Myers Halloween purist fan, right? And they didn't do a lot of with the mask and they changed him around and they had a lot of stuff that was kind of like Jason where it was his mom and shit like that. That aside, which I still do have problems with it, still pretty fucking sick, bro.
Yeah.
The kills in there, dog, there's this one scene where he fucking lifts this dude up and he drops him on the ground and he just fucking smashes his face in with his boot. Just bam, bam, just crunches him in, dog. So we're at 4 timelines here with Michael Myers now.
Right.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4
Wait till you see
timelines.
this new one with Trump, dog.
Hey, it's gonna be sick, dog. Now, though, okay, now they reboot again. They bring in another timeline, which John Carpenter said he loved the most because this is what he wanted to do.
In the first place.
In the first place. First one, they bring back Jamie Lee Curtis. They erase the fact that she's his sister. And she's got PTSD. And the first one was really good. The first one was really, really good, bro. The second one and the third one were fucking awful.
Really?
So bad that it's embarrassing. Oh
So have
my
they made
God.
like 12 of those movies now?
There's a fuckload with
Wow.
5 separate timelines. It's the multiverse of Michael Myers. So, Scream. I'm sorry, dog. Scream does
Scream
not have
did
any
it
weirdo
right?
shit like that.
Scream did it the best.
They've done it the best so far. And Wes Craven now, he's been gone for a few years, and they got 2 under their belt with Wes Craven gone. Now there's another one coming out, and the original writer from the first one, he's coming back.
Oh, good.
To direct it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So they've kept the same
And
thread.
they never fell off, huh?
No. Freddy,
Yeah.
again,
Freddy, yeah.
he went all over the place, dog.
Right. Yeah.
They rebooted it. That one was horrible. The fucking Freddy from Temu, like, nah. Jason, too.
Yeah.
This man, bro, multiple timelines. He's went to outer space. He's
Yeah.
been to Manhattan. Like, this dude's just, he's worldly.
Yeah, he travels, bro.
He travels. He gets around, right? He gets
those-
around.
Get
I got
his
a question
passport
for you, bro.
stamped?
Do you, since you write, do you have any like scary movies or scary stories that you've written?
I have ideas. I've never written a horror movie. I've written thrillers, but I haven't written horror yet.
Okay.
Like whodunit thrillers or like
thrillers like
homie Liam Neeson, you took my daughter, now I'm gonna fucking kill you.
not like action thrillers like that. More like something a little not quite like Seven, but something in that kind of world where everything is very dark. All the characters are kind of fucked up, and everybody dies at the end. That sort of thriller.
Nice uplifting.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. You know, I can do that,
Yeah,
but
no,
I
for
can also do the shit that Johnny likes because he's at the movies. So I got to make some movies
Yeah,
that'll
dog.
that'll get him in.
What do you appreciate about the horror genre as a
What do I
writer?
like? I like my favorite part about horror movies is the subtle psychological and philosophical conversations you can have with horror characters. The one that I wrote that I intended to with my homeboy Dan, we wrote this movie called Freebird, and Freebird is about characters or a particular character that's getting her comeuppance, but she's set to look like the victim, like the babe in the woods running around like needing help. But she's actually the threat. She's the most dangerous character in the movie. So we do a nice thing in the middle of the movie where we switch, where she's the victim to the person who is helping her is now the vulnerable one, and she's gonna fuck him up. And so we switch it where the bad guy, he looks like the villain, then switch the villain to the hero in the middle of the movie. So that's fun, but I noticed while we were writing it, there were all these other side conversations that were coming up when we were like building these characters out that were really like deep conversations that we were having. And it's interesting when you're creating characters, they embody a lot of, like what's going on up here.
Yeah.
Plus you're also talking about like the broader conversations going on in society and other things like that. So these characters end up like representing like greater energy than what is just on the page.
For sure.
And getting that right ends up being just as much fun as like putting this story together, because you got to figure out what feels real, and you notice what feels real is what's what's really like, it's the unspoken shit. It's like, if you had to kill someone, under what circumstances would you actually take a life? You know, like those sorts of questions become, you know, bigger conversations in horror movies. So that's when I'm watching horror movies like Martyrs, like that one was like, and that one wasn't very subtle at all. That one was just like, yo, this shit is wild. And if it's really going, like, to me, it was like, if that shit ever goes on anywhere in life, it's the same thing as the Menendez brothers. It's like, how bad do you feel that someone got their comeuppance on that type? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like most about horror movies. It's like everything else you can glean from what's going on with the people. They used to say Night of the Living Dead, the whole zombie genre was an expression of people like, what was it like? It was like people being afraid of like a particular problem where everyone was getting brainwashed or something like that. So even though it was about zombies, it was more about people's fears of like society being brainwashed and all that stuff, which is a real fear. So I like that you can like glean that stuff out of horror movies.
Bro, and Night of the Living Dead, dog, like it's the shit, bro. Like how it was made, college students, like, so John Carpenter put that film on TV in the second Michael Myers, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're coming to get you, they're coming for you, Barbara. Right? It's on the TV screen when they're like the beginning of the second Michael Myers. And it's cool because I feel like it was kind of a nod because for a long, like, it's an independent film. Right. And Halloween, the first one, was an independent film. Right. But it's interesting because when they registered Night of the Living Dead, they did it like wrong. Something went wrong to where they weren't able to make profit off of it. Really? It ended up becoming like public domain. I don't know the intricacies. I don't know the intricacies of it, but they made a mistake and it became public domain. They couldn't profit off of it.
John Landis stole it for Thriller.
Right?
He's like, we can do it for free.
But I'm about to make some notes. But the thing that's interesting about Night of the Living Dead is it was the first zombie, like no one had seen that before. And it spawned a whole genre like Michael Myers. Yeah. It spawned an entire genre of a subcategory of horror. And bro, Night of the Living Dead still holds true. And that shit's in black and white, dog. Right. You know what part's fucking bonkers? When homie slaps the fuck out of that bitch when she's wilding out, bro. Yeah. Every time I see that, I laugh my fucking ass off, dog.
She was in hysterics.
Bam, bam, bam.
She was hysterical.
Bro, he beats the brakes off her to get her to calm down, bruh. You couldn't do that in the movie now, dog. No way. Crazy. And it's still shocking when I see it.
I know. Like, that's why that's why it should be in a movie now. It's shocking all over again.
But yeah, Night of the Living Dead spawned a whole genre. That's a good one. And I agree with you. I think horror has a way of kind of like showing you like darkness that exists. You know, those intrusive thoughts that a lot of people have? Yeah. It has a way of kind of like putting a mirror out and it's like, well, what would I do in that situation? Right. How long would it take me to finally chop this dude's head off that's been chasing me through the woods? Yeah. Right? Like the first Jason.
If I had no weapons, what would I use as a weapon? When I was a kid, and probably to a lesser degree as an adult, but I still like going to places and like, man, if the shit went down,
bro,
how am I gonna get out of here?
What would I do?
I was like, I got this motherfucker. I'm about to frisbee this shit.
Yeah, this is a big one. This is split someone's wig open.
I'm gonna backflip over this, jump out, see what they got back there.
This is split someone's wig open. But back to your point of it being like a reflection of like how society would like handle stuff. Yeah, that was one of the main things I liked about the first Purge movie. Because that was an interesting take, right? Those other movies, they went off the rails like most of those fuckers do. But the first one brought up some interesting points.
I like the first one, and then I also like the one that was the supposed Purge origin, like the first Purge. That one I thought was necessary because it was very interesting to like make that jump. Yeah. And after that first one came out, everyone was just like, man, yeah, if it ever turned into the Purge, ... Everybody had a reason.
This is what I would do.
Yeah, this is how I would respond. But to have a movie actually say, yeah, but this is how we get there. This is where we're gonna fall short in the
Yeah.
mistakes we start
That'll
to make.
actually take society
that
to
actually
this.
take us
Yeah.
to the brink where this is considered to be the solution to the problem.
Yep.
And that to me was because it started on that close up on that dude's face and the way he kept like showing up at parties and stuff,
Yeah.
and he was just right there.
I know.
Right there.
Yeah.
And everybody was having a good time, but they didn't realize this crazy fucking psycho motherfucker
Yep.
who's just out there, who's been given the green light to just go fuck some
And
shit
do whatever.
up.
Yeah.
Bro, like that's the scariest shit in the world, man.
That's why I liked, bro. That's the type of shit. Like I like them to take it to that next place, right?
Yeah.
That's the shit that resonates with me. Another one that's probably in my top 5 list is Strangers.
Yeah.
First one.
Yeah.
With Liv Tyler. Have you seen that one, Jay?
I don't think
My
so, dog.
dude.
You ain't seen that Strangers, bro?
That shit
That motherfucker,
is
bro.
it, my guy.
That shit is uncomfortable, bro.
yeah.
That
Bro,
shit
it's
is
legit. Like it's
uncomfortable.
legit scary, dog.
What were the other ones? Strangers.
Strangers, you got to watch Hereditary.
Hereditary, that was the other
Debbie Does Dallas. That's a fucking great one.
Oh, I already got that. One.
Okay, good. But there's a sequel to it, dog. Debbie did Dallas.
There's actually 3 of them.
Hey, all right. I'm sorry, dog.
Just kidding.
I didn't know that was your genre.
Debbie did Dallas on the way to Houston.
Yeah. So the Strangers, dog.
Wait, Houston.
On the way to Houston. What made that one so fucked up is again the no rhyme or reason.
Right.
It was just when she's all, why are you guys doing this? And she's all, because you guys were home.
Yeah.
It was as simple as that.
Yep.
Torturing the fuck out of him all night. And it's such a slow burn, dog.
Yeah.
You see him behind her, and then they come into the house, and then they take her battery charger so her phone dies.
Yeah, they wouldn't just come out and fuck her up.
They were torturing. They were playing with her. They were playing with their food. And then
exactly.
And it didn't end pretty, bro.
Nah.
A lot of these ones, and they say it's just because of the American audiences, like
Mm-hmm.
The Descent. The Descent had a whole American ending because we don't like bleak endings.
I think we're ready for it now.
I've been ready, dog. I was born this way. So The Descent has a separate ending for the American audience where she does get out.
The
The
Descent,
Descent's awesome.
dude.
Fucking
Love
scary,
The Descent. Yeah.
especially the original ending where it's just like it pans out and you see the whole cave and it's like this bitch ain't getting nowhere. This
Never.
is done.
and she
She's
saw the birthday
stuck.
cake and she was
Done.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
so,
love
so
The
me too.
Descent. Yeah.
The Descent's awesome.
And you know what? For the ladies out there, you should watch The Descent with a discerning eye because that movie is about feminism and it is 100% the original ending.
Yeah.
Not the American ending, but the original ending. And you watch it again and you focus on the fact that they're talking about feminism, you'll get it.
Yo.
That movie is fantastic.
You know what's great? You know what's one of the craziest kills in that one?
Yeah.
Is whenever she's freaked out and she's like in the cave by herself, she swings around the like climbing tool and she hits her homegirl through the neck. Oh, bro! And she just standing there with her.
Yes.
And then she tries to lie about like it wasn't me. Dog, that kill is and it came out of nowhere.
You gotta watch that movie.
Yeah, The
Have you
Descent's
seen
great.
The Descent?
I don't think so, no.
The Descent's great. The second one's cool too, but it was unnecessary.
Never even bothered.
It was cool.
I never
it's
even
cool.
bothered.
It's cool. It's worth the watch. It's worth the watch. It's
because
definitely
the
worth
first
the watch.
time I watched it, it was already out in the theaters. It was on Blu-ray, and I just bought it because I read the back of it. I was like, this should look dope.
Yeah.
So I bought it, and it had the original ending on it. So I never knew like the alternate ending was a thing until I got into like the bonus features and shit.
then you watched it.
Yeah, but I already had seen the real ending,
Yeah.
so I thought it was fantastic. I was like, you don't need another one. Like
Nah,
that's
it was perfect.
fantastic statement. End it.
Yeah.
Be done. But they franchise everything.
That happens. It's happening to
they
Strangers
try
now.
to- yeah.
They rebooted.
Are they
it.
really?
They already dropped the reboot. So the
Okay.
second one wasn't amazing.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It had great moments in it. But now they rebooted the whole thing. They remade the first one, and now they got 2 more that are coming down the chamber.
Okay, so this is why I love Jordan Peele and the way he does
Oh,
his
yeah.
scary movies.
Shout out.
He does one and makes it a statement, and that's it. He's not going back to do Get Out 2, Get Out Again, like
Yep.
no shit like
I'm
that.
still out.
Yeah. Still getting out.
Still getting out.
Yeah.
Resurrection.
Out of here.
Out of here.
Like he's not doing that. And I think that's when horror is its best. When you take a crack at a storyline and you know you're dealing with the deep recesses of the subconscious of society.
Yeah.
You make your statement, you make your point. That's it.
And then dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, mic drop.
It's, because if you think about it, how much better would the genre be if it had no remakes?
Oh.
How many times have you loved the first one and the remake was just like, fuck it. Why'd they make 12 of these?
Oh,
you know what
bro,
I'm saying?
It would be so much better.
You don't like
Yeah.
you don't like
It
Fast
would
and
be-
Furious 12?
Yeah, see.
But I'll take a Fast and the Furious 13, but not a horror movie. Like horror movies specifically should be one-offs. I think they would be better that way because then you can really compare notes with them. Because you got to look at time and place when they were created.
Yeah.
What was really spoken of? What was the point? Like if there was only one Purge, we'd still be talking about that movie as like that's the most fantastic fucking horror movie of all time.
Yeah. I mean, you could say the same thing about Strangers.
Yeah, exactly.
You could say the
if
same
there was
exact
just
thing.
one.
Yep. You could say the same thing.
So it's more valuable. That's the crazy part
well,
about it.
but then you start going off the rails. Again, bro, Jason has not only just been to outer space, there's one where this fucking man's soul is being passed on because a doctor eats his heart. Then they're passing him on from person to person. That's when Jason goes to hell.
Yeah,
Person to person is passing Jason's essence on until he finds his body back at Camp Crystal Lake or some dumb shit.
Right.
Fucking stupid.
But that conceit, that idea of eating a soul and the soul being passed around, if
That's
you had
cool.
a separate movie with a different character,
Fallen.
exactly.
Fucking. That's one of my favorite Denzel Washington movies.
It's okay.
That shit
Okay.
great.
Fallen. I don't think I've ever.
Oh,
I don't
Jay.
think I've ever
Really?
seen that.
You haven't seen
Nah.
Fallen? Damn,
This man's
Jay.
we ain't gonna see this man for weeks.
Hey, bro. If I get 12 hours where I don't have to do shit,
Boom.
I'm watching.
It'll
Fallen.
never happen. You never give yourself that much
Fallen
time.
because of the payoff. Too.
Yeah. I get
But
you.
again, the way that
Yeah.
they pass it around. One-off
Yeah.
movie. One-off
Right.
movie. Another one, bro, that fucked me up when I was younger, bro, and still to this day, I'll watch it and then sometimes I'll skip it.
Yeah.
Is Pet Sematary.
Yeah. Okay.
There's something about Pet Sematary that makes me feel like I need to go take a shower. Whenever homie, like the dude that like walks him, that when he tells him he's all the ground is sour, the dude that gets hit by the bus or he's on the bike and his head's all fucked up and he's following him throughout the whole fucking movie. And then he has to, whenever he buries his son, dog, that movie, or Homegirl's sister. Remember, she's got sclerosis or something, or not something. She's got some disease where she's like all curled up, and she's all walking up to her. Pet Sematary's fucked up,
Yeah.
but it has
But then they also made.
nothing
Yeah.
on the book.
Oh, really? I never read the book.
Is the scariest book I've ever read in my whole life.
Pet Sematary.
Pet
Really?
Sematary.
I might have to read that.
And listen, my dog, it was scary when I was a kid. As a father and as an adult, it's next level scary.
Really?
It's fucked up. It's so disturbing. Stephen King said it's the only book he wishes he would have never released.
No shit.
Damn.
Yeah. Because when he wrote it, like they were living in a place similar. And what gave him the idea was they did have like a little highway right next to the house. And he thought, fuck, what would I do if my son got hit by a semi? And boom, it spawned the idea.
Wow.
And he wrote it. He said he was like really coked out and drunk at the time too. Bro, so.
That's a twisted thought or
twisted.
twisted idea.
Stephen
to start
King
with,
living that
bro.
life.
Yes, living that. He out here doing them things.
That's not his real name.
He's with fucking. He's with
He's out here
MJ's
with-
son
with
out
the
there. Dog. Yeah. He's with Jordan's son, bro, with that booger sugar. That's another one. I could go on for days, dog. But have horror stuff, and you get the paranormal conversations that are in those, and some of them are scary to me, and some of them just go too far.
Y'all are leaving. What
Have-
about The Conjuring?
Yeah, The Conjuring's.
The
I like The
Conjuring's
Conjuring
dope.
too. It's a
Yeah.
good universe as well. Especially the first one is fantastic. Started veering off when they started at it's a cool little universe they've created. Not all of them are amazing. Like Annabelle, the Llorona, bro. Oh my God, they did that shit dirty. Pisses me off. They fucked that story up.
Oh yeah.
That movie was
That should have
horrible.
been. Yeah. That could have been one of the best presentations.
And they
of a-
fucked it up.
Yeah,
Who did that?
Of a
It's in
folk tale.
It's in
Like,
the
that's-
Conjuring universe.
Oh.
They shouldn't even touched it.
No,
They
no.
shouldn't. Have, no, bro. Like
Same the Nun. That's another one that's not good
Yeah.
in the universe.
Yeah.
Right. And now we're finally. Is it the Conjuring or the other one? Oh yeah, Conjuring's about to be the final one.
really,
They just started shooting it.
close it off.
Close it out until someone comes back and
Right,
reboots
and
the
it's
shit.
like-
If they
Hey.
did a whole movie on La Llorona, would you guys?
They did.
Yeah,
They
and
did its own?
It was
Oh.
They
fucking
did.
ass.
Yeah, it was not good.
No,
it
it
wasn't
wasn't.
scary. It wasn't.
No.
You could tell. Like
Sucked.
I don't know who made the movie, but the vibe I got is they didn't really know the culture as deep and how really fucking scary this was to
sucked.
kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like It is terrifying. Terrifying. And I promise you, if we had made La Llorona and we made it in like northern New Mexico or off one of those dirt roads, like going up the Vado Lake,
body bag, bro, body bag.
Yeah.
That would have been sick as fuck. That's how it needs to be done.
Yeah, it's got to have the penitentes in there. It's got to have that, all that culture cooked into it. Because that's what it comes
Terrifying,
from,
my guy. They pissed me off. And especially, bro, I never thought in my wildest dreams as a kid I'd be sitting here fucking defending the Llorona lady, bro. But they did her movie dirty, dog. She deserved better, bro, than that. Fuck, bro. I was just thinking about another movie. Oh, Blair Witch Project.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You guys remember when that first came out?
I saw it in the theater,
that
bro.
Shit was so did I. Everyone thought
Blair
that
Witch.
shit was real,
and
bro.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That ending was pretty fucking scary. Dude.
Because it didn't fuck, bro. It left you on a complete stopped.
It
Game
just
over.
stopped.
Yeah,
With
nah.
Oh
Bro,
my god.
A movie had okay, so Halloween was the highest grossing independent film of all time until the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, that Blair Witch was incredible.
Incredible.
Like,
I agree. I agree.
It had a whole other conceit. The marketing was insane. So smart.
It was
one of
the
the
first time the internet used marketing.
Yeah, they used a website,
Yep.
and they made that shit look like it was 100% real, man.
Yep.
I remember because I think I was in college. It was my first year of college, and that movie came out, and we would be like,
Yep.
is that shit, like, did
Where'd
that
they
really
find the
happen?
tapes?
Yeah,
Holy
like,
shit.
yeah.
And then you watch it, and it doesn't have the list of actors and bro.
Nothing. Yeah.
That shit was epic.
Yeah,
And then they made
that
part
whole
two and
found
fucked it up.
footage. Yeah, that whole found footage genre was brand new. Like,
Spawned a whole found footage. Now we have found footage alien movies.
I know.
They were going to do a found footage Jason movie before they scrapped it.
I'm glad they did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm glad they did.
Bro, he's done enough.
Yeah.
That you know who needs again, if you couldn't tell from my vibe right now, Michael Myers needs a good long rest. They need to because those last
Settle
two Evil
down.
Dies Tonight, that shit was fucking stupid, bruh.
I haven't even
He had a
watched
little sidekick in the third one. Nah, bruh.
Yeah,
He was
but-
killing with this other dude. He found him in a cave and he beat him up. I fucking hated it.
Nah.
I hated it. And it made me appreciate Rob Zombie's second one.
They turned Michael Myers into a
Hated
buddy
it.
cop movie.
I hated it. Hated it. There's this scene, bro. Me and Dom started laughing our ass off watching it in the movies because this dude's on like a little moped, right? And him and Michael Myers are together in this one scene, and then all of a sudden it shoots to him driving on the moped, and it looked like Michael Myers was like holding on to him. Oh my God. Me and Dom thought it at the exact same time, bro. I almost had to get up and leave because I was crying laughing in the middle of what's supposed to be serious.
Right.
So, real life.
Yeah.
Horror movies, sometimes you take inspiration from that and all that type of shit. Have either of you two ever experienced any type of like legit paranormal shit? And it doesn't have to be like some specter moves something over, but have you experienced anything that felt paranormal to you?
Absolutely.
I want to hear it, Lemwords.
Absolutely. Okay. I won't put too much of my business out there, but
Just enough.
I know, right? I'll just say I was in a very heightened state of awareness. I'll call it that. And I had been feeling and experiencing things that made me feel like the veil was rather thin around me. And I felt like, it was weird because I was walking into the garage in the home I live in now, and my kids have a lot of toys, and over time, you know how kids get, you just like could take a whole bucket of toys out of their room and they wouldn't notice because they got so many of them.
Yeah.
So I had done that, and I had put a bunch of toys like in the garage, and I had to go out into the garage for something, and I went out there, and my daughter had this like toy that, it presses a button and it's like, it'll talk, but it had no batteries in it, and I didn't touch the actual toy, never touched it, and I walked into the garage, and that fucking thing spoke to me 3 times. 3 times.
What did it say?
Okay, so it was like a counting toy. And I remember at the time I was feeling like I was responsible for the death of a loved one. And the toy was like tormenting me, and it was like 1, 2, 3, 4. How many more?
Oh, damn.
5, 6, 7, 8. You're doing great. And I was like, I threw that bitch away. Like I threw it away, but I was so fucking terrified. It's just me by myself in the garage at night looking for something else, and the fucking toy is like, it just starts talking. Bro,
See ya.
yeah, and I'm a completely grown adult. Like, this is within the last like handful of years. I haven't been that scared since I was a kid. It was a very weird experience. Like, thankfully, I'm not in that headspace anymore, but I understand a lot better after that when people say they have like psychotic breaks and stuff like that. I see how that fucking shit can happen. It can absolutely happen. You could just be in a headspace where you open yourself up to a reality that you don't control or understand, and you start seeing things and shit. Never seen ghosts, but absolutely that shit scared the fuck out of me. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna throw all that shit away.
Yeah. Damn, bro.
This trash can's about to get a donation.
See,
That's crazy.
Jay?
It really was.
anything like that at all ever?
No, okay, so I was mixing a track for TZ. It was one where he gets abducted by aliens, right? And so I'm mixing it in the old studio, the Space Lab, and I didn't. It's not that I seen anything or anything moved, but it was like an energy. You know what I'm saying? And it was a creepy ass song. Don't get me wrong, bro. So that might contribute to it. But like you're saying, when you're in that like headspace, you know what I'm saying? You're open and you're like, the fuck with, you know what I'm saying? So like I would feel this like, and then I would get chills. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm not saying this is what the fuck it was, but
you felt something.
But I felt something, dog. So much to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come back in the morning to this shit, because it was just like, it was there, bro. And like, you know, when you're mixing, especially in like headphones, shit's there, bro. Like, it's 3D, and like I'm doing pans, and I'm like trying to manipulate his voice so he sounds freaky as fuck.
Right.
So, you know, shit like screams, you know, here and there, and then I'm like, all right, am I doing too much?
That's
But
crazy.
on another thing, bro, a rental property that we bought. I've never experienced it, but people that have had, like an old lady friend that I was with, she swears that she like felt some type of like spirit in there, like some type of energy. And she isn't the only one that like that said that. But like, again, I've never seen or kind of like felt anything. Like, you know, we always get those things where it's like, who the fuck is someone there? Like, but I don't know, dog. I don't know. Like, I think we ain't the only ones here, bro. Like, I think shit happens. Energy stays around and moves.
And
it's always
sometimes
moving.
and sometimes the veil's thinner.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what we were talking about with the ancestors, man. Like, they never go anywhere. They're just no longer in this dimension.
This dimension here.
Yeah.
And I think the veil gets thinner, right? And things like that are easier to like land on, right? And you know, I go back and I was young, bro. I was I don't even remember, bro. But there was this one dude that used to like feed the horses and the pig in the morning, right? Every single morning when we lived out there in Sanfi. And I'd go out there and I'd, you know, fuck with them and talk to them. And I was just a little kid and didn't have much else to fucking do. So every morning I'd go out there early and he'd be feeding the horses, feeding the pigs or whatever. And I go out there one morning, regular shit, right? And I'm talking to him. We're talking about how we're about to have a matanza and the pig's big and da-da-da-da, this whole thing, right? So I go back inside and my mom's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I was like, oh, I was just out there. I can't remember his name, dog. This was so long ago. And I told my mom, I was like, oh, I was talking to whatever his name is. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, I was just talking to him. We were talking about the matanza we're about to have. She's like, Miko, sit down. And I was like, what? And she's like, we found him, got hit by a car up the street last night when he was walking home from the bar. And he was dead.
Damn.
And in my mind, I'm telling you right now, dog, I don't know if I was asleep. I don't know if it was a dream. I don't know what it was, because I had done this every single day, right? So it was regular to me. And I'm not saying that I seen a ghost, dog. That's not what I'm trying to get to here. But I'm telling you right now, that happened in some way for me as a kid. Either I was asleep and I dreamt it and I told my mom about it and they told me about him passing away in the morning, or I actually was out there and that was going down. But the night before, he had left the bar drunk and he was walking on Route 66, right? And they didn't see him. Someone veered off and he got hit by a truck.
Yikes.
Damn.
Crazy business.
Yeah.
But I don't think every paranormal experience has to be some dark, insane situation, right?
No.
Because I had one, and I've only told one person about this before. It was the day that we were going to drop Wolf's Breath. So that's like, what, a year ago, right? Which would put my dad had been gone for 6 years at that point. So I'm training for the marathon. We're about to drop Wolf's Breath that day. I'm down in the Burque and I'm running, right? And I have it on Apple fucking 90s hip hop playlist, right? Apple it keeps it in that thread. It don't veer off ever, bro. You have that playlist on. You're gonna have Naughty by Nature and fucking Mace all over that bitch, right? So I'm listening to that and I'm running. And I get to this point in the Burque where like the trees like kind of cover the trail a lot.
Yeah.
Bro, and I get these crazy sunbeams just like coming through, and I could see it in front of me. I'm like, that's crazy. I've never seen it like that, dog. It looks surreal, dog. Out of nowhere, closer to home, one of my dad's favorite songs comes on.
No shit.
In my fucking headphones as I'm fucking running. Bro, it felt so crazy, dog. Like you're talking about, you felt it. It wasn't just something that you seen. I'm running through these majestic scenery, dog, and one of my dad's favorite songs that we played at his funeral by Grand Funk Railroad comes on the 90s hip hop playlist on Apple Music, dog. And it just felt like I was on the right track. It felt like someone was trying to tell me, you're exactly where you need to be right now, that you're on the path you're supposed to be on. To add validity to that, I come to the release, right? One of my dad's closest cousins from Berlin, right? He didn't see the flyer. He didn't know we were dropping anything, nothing. He had a date up the street, right? And he's like, oh, you know what? I think this is my primo's dispensary. Let's go check it out real quick. They walk in, right? And I'm here chilling. And he's like, yeah, right. I just came in to show, what are you doing here? I'm like, we're just releasing a new strain. He's all, really? We were just up the street, and I wanted to show her, my primo's dispensary. I hadn't seen him since my dad's funeral, dog.
Wow.
And it was the same fucking day. Again, they don't all have to be negative experiences, dog.
Oh no, I don't think they are.
I think it's just something, the veil being thin.
It gets thinner. Yeah, this time of year too, man.
It does.
That's cool, bro. That's a good one.
It was a good one, bro.
Yeah.
I felt like it was the right time.
Yeah,
man.
that's better Dia de los Muertos vibes.
Yeah, bro.
The Halloween vibes.
What do you guys think? It's time to get the fuck up out of here, fellas.
Yeah.
Oh my dog,
Hey, happy Halloween. Know what I'm saying? Until next time, respect, connect. Peace.
It's thicker than that.